Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? We're doing the predictions and breakdowns for UFC 308, Topuria versus Max Holloway, which is coming out to you this weekend, coming up October the 26th, 2024. We're going to go through the entire card, starting with the prelims, ending with the main card, and let's just get right into it. It's a little bit late at night. Got to get it done, got to get it through. Let's go. Start the prelims off. Bruno Silva versus Ismail Nurdayev. We're going Bruno Silva. Ismail Nurdayev, watching his fights inside Brave, he just looks not that great. He doesn't look anything special. Bruno Silva, over the years, has shown that he's pretty good against even high-level fighters. He can get a round or two, but he's still losing these fights. I don't feel like he should. Like the Chris Weidman fight's wild. Shar Magomedov just has so many weapons to his advantage. Brendan Allen got him quick. The knockout of Brad Tavares was nice. You know, he was one of the guys to start the losing streak of Wellington Turman. You know, Andrew Sanchez, kind of shit. Jordan Wright, kind of shit. But he has wins over guys who are similar to Ismail Nurdayev. And this is a guy who's going to have his second stint inside the UFC. Didn't have it his way the first time around. He was also beating bums who aren't even close to the level that Bruno Silva is. I think Bruno Silva is going to be able to mix up the weapons. I think he's going to be able to take Ismail out. I think Bruno Silva is going to use his knees. I think he's going to be able to use the clinch work. And I think Ismail is going to just falter in it. At 28 years of age, this kid looks like he's fucking still trash. Still looks like he shouldn't be in the UFC. I'm not sure why they're giving him another shot. I guess because they had another fight fall through or something. But, you know, or they're trying to get Bruno Silva back in the win column. Either way, Bruno Silva's an underdog here. I'm taking it all day. Even though he has 4 losses inside his last 5 fights, he's still a really good fighter. He's really good on the feet, and this fight should not be going to the ground. So, Bruno Silva's going to reign supreme, I think, inside that first fight at 185. Moving on, next on the prelims, we have Ibo Aslan versus Rafael Cerqueira. Jesus Christ, these names are wild. I'm going Ibo Aslan. Ibo Aslan last time around knocked out Anton Turkali, excuse me, inside the 3rd round. Had a speech after the fight screaming about how he wasn't here to take over. He was here to knock people out, and he is absolutely right. He looks absolutely devastating. He did gas inside that fight against Anton, but he's a guy who likes to get it done inside the first round. Rafael Cerqueira also getting it done inside most of his fights inside the first round by KO. He is a decent striker. I just think Ibo Aslan's a little bit more explosive. I think when they get inside the firefight, which they're going to inside that first round, I think Ibo Aslan's going to be the first one to click. I think this is going to be similar to Steve Garcia versus the Korean Tiger, where those guys were just swinging at like within 2 minutes, and then as soon as Steve Garcia clipped him, that's who won the fight. Ibo Aslan, I think, is going to take out Rafael early. Just a bigger, not even a bigger frame. Well, he seems to have a bigger frame, even though he's an inch smaller. Dude, he's jacked. He looks way heavier for some reason than Rafael Cerqueira. And Ibo Aslan, I trust in his hands. I think he's a very decent striker, and I think Rafael, again, I think if these guys get in the firefight, I see Rafael getting knocked out rather than Ibo Aslan. Ibo Aslan has had a loss before by submission, again against Anton Turkali. Inside Brave, but he gets his revenge done by knockout, and I think he's going to continue the streak that he has inside the UFC and Contender Series. He's pretty decent, man. He's 28 years of age. He's improving. Hopefully he worked on his cardio. If he did, I think he can get it done inside the 2nd round, but I'm hoping I'm going to get it right this time, that these guys are going to have a firefight inside that first round. Next on the prelims, we have Rinat Fakhretdinov versus Carlos Leal. I believe this is a change. Yeah, it was supposed to be Ruzaboyev, and Fakhretdinov once again is cursed and gets a different fucking opponent. Carlos Leal is going to lose. Rinat Fakhretdinov is just going to probably decision him. I'd really like it if he can get a finish over these guys that don't really deserve to be fighting him. Leal is not super bad. I haven't watched a lot of his fights. I think only 1 or 2. I definitely watched the Ray Cooper fight. And I think I watched the Taylor fight. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I know I watched the Ray Cooper fight. He's half decent, man. It's just, again, like the level of competition in PFL compared to UFC, bro. Rinat Fakhretdinov is not like an easy task, and Carlos Leal is going to learn very quickly inside the UFC that he does not want to be here fighting guys like this, and that I hope they give him someone easier after this just for taking this fight, but Rinat Fakhretdinov is going to maul this guy. I don't see a world where Carlos Leal can even take a round. If you can find -3.5 inside your bookies, take it. Like, It's just Rinat's so good, man. He's so good in every single area of MMA. And if this is going to be the guy to take away his win streak and take away the hype, no, I don't see it. Carlos Leal is just not as a complete fighter as Rinat Fakhretdinov. Fakhretdinov's going to get it done, hopefully inside 3. Next on the prelims, we have Farid Basharat versus Victor Hugo. Hugo coming off the Contender Series and a win already against Pedro Felicio, or Felsho. Bro, I'm so sorry with these names. I can't do this right now. Basharat, obviously, I'm taking him. He has a win over Lapilus Rodriguez, Damon Blackshear, who I regard very highly. Farhad Basharat should just decision him. I would like to see him, again, this is another guy who should be able to take out a guy like Victor Hugo. Victor Hugo's going to want to keep the standing. He's kind of slick on the ground. He does have a submission inside the Contender Series, but Torres was kind of giving it to him. It was kind of shitty, that knee bar. Like he literally sunk it in super quick, and Torres just like didn't do anything about it. He just kind of let himself sit there, which is super interesting. He hasn't fought since. Basharat's a super complete fighter, man. Really, really good on the ground, really good on the feet, really good at setting up his takedowns. And Victor Hugo, I think, is going to have a big problem, man. I don't think Farhad Basharat's going to give him any submission opportunities. I just don't see it happening. Victor Hugo, probably his best chance for sure is standing on the feet with this guy, and it's just not going to happen. Farhad Basharat's going to find every opportunity to take him to the ground. He's going to mix up all of his weapons. He's going to utilize his cardio as much as he can, especially at 135. This guy's insane. He has a really big frame, 71 inches of reach. These guys have similar reaches, but I think Farhad Basharat uses it better, sets it up better, and I think he's going to get it done. I think it's probably going to be by decision. Victor Hugo's pretty tough. He does have a couple finished losses, but early on in his career, you know, one of them was an injury. I think it was because of a punch, though, so I guess it counts. But I just think Basharat's more complete. He just... when you have the striking, man, and you have the wrestling to back it up, no one can fuck with you. Especially at 135, man, you have a guy like Henry Cejudo who can strike really, really, really well. Gold medal wrestling. Like, you have a big problem on your hands. There's too many weapons to deal with. There's too many things coming at you. You have to think about everything at once. Basharat's exactly who that is. Just not, you know, as high of a caliber wrestler and striker. Next on the prelims, we have Kennedy Nzetsuku versus Chris Barnett. Everyone's going to hate me. I'm going Chris Barnett. He's still fighting, bro. This is at heavyweight. Kennedy Nzetsuku's moving up to heavyweight. This is just fucking pathetic. This means he's basically coming off the couch. I do not believe he's actually training for a heavyweight fight, and he has properly moved up to heavyweight, especially after his last loss against Ovince St. Preux. No way. Chris Barnett's super good. Kickboxer. Really decent striking. Hasn't fought in 2 years. I think he's probably put on the pace. I think at plus 400, I'm taking him, bro. Especially as OSP took out Nzetsuku by decision. Chris Barnett is definitely live here. He has decent wins over Vellante and Collier, both by knockout. He's half decent, bro. He hasn't fought in a while. He gets hurt quite often. He's a big boy, but I think Kennedy Nzetsuku gonna have a big problem as it ends. I think Chris Barnett's gonna knock him out. Chris Barnett, really short reach, really short height. He's going to have to move in for the kill. He's going to have to move in inside the range of Kennedy Nzetsuku. And Nzetsuku is still very, very powerful, still very explosive. I think Chris Barnett's and his kicks is going to be what wins the fight for him. There's not much to talk about in this fight, dude. This is heavyweight. This is just sad. Kennedy Nzetsuku moving up because I'm guessing that he can't train for shit. Or he's just taking this fight for fun. But this is just sad, bro. You need to be at 180 or 205 or 185 because if you're not beating OSP and he's old as fuck, man. What makes you think you're gonna beat Chris Barnett? Excuse me, guys. We're gonna move on. Next on the prelims, Abus Magomedov versus Bruno Ferreira, the Hulk. We're going Bruno Ferreira. Abus Magomedov's very calculated, man, in his strikes. Hasn't beaten any high-caliber fighters. Bruno Ferreira is not a high-caliber fighter, but he's extremely explosive. I think Abus Magomedov's going to have a big problem on his hands when he starts to melt. He seems to melt inside the second and third rounds because he really likes to get it done early. Bruno Ferreira's a guy who doesn't just eat shots. He tanks them. Ruzaboyev's the only guy that knock him out inside the first round via ground and pound inside like a minute and 30 seconds. And Bruno Ferreira has very devastating striking. Was able to knock out Dustin Stoltzfus with spinning elbow, double spinning elbow with like 10 seconds on the clock or something inside the first round. Abus Magomedov seems to wilt, like I said, inside those first couple rounds. He doesn't have cardio for 3 rounds. I think Bruno Ferreira has enough cardio to put excuse me, Abus Magomedov away. Magomedov's definitely more sophisticated in the striking, better boxer, more slick, very good teeps, very good kicks. I just think Bruno Ferreira is going to walk him down. He's not going to deal with the kicks. He's not going to deal with that range. He's just going to walk him in. He has a small, short reach. He doesn't want to deal with the range. He doesn't want to stay in a kicking range. He's going to want to push the pressure as much as he possibly can, and Abus Magomedov doesn't deal with that. He likes being at range. He likes being able to set up his shots. He's going to try and get away. And I think Bruno Ferreira is going to clip him while he's getting away and drop him via body shots and via TKO. I really like Bruno Ferreira. I think he's really fun to watch, especially the win over Gregory Rodriguez. Dude, Robocop's fucking insane. That says something. That's a lot of power in his hands, bro. And Abus Magomedov has similar power, but I think Bruno Ferreira has more. I think he's better in the boxing. When it comes to explosions, Abus Magomedov is very, very sophisticated when it comes to very slick boxing, standing at range, getting in every piece of your arsenal. But Bruno Ferreira is very, very, very good at exploding, and Abus is going to have a big problem with that. He had a problem with that with Strickland whenever Strickland started exploding inside that second round whenever he was gassed. Caio Borralho, also a very explosive fighter, able to deal with Abus Magomedov and his shit. And I think Bruno Ferreira is going to be able to deal the same as long as his gas tank holds up. Next on the podiums, we have Medebek Orabai. Jesus Christ, I keep forgetting these names. Mateus Rebecki. We're going Orabai. He's more complete of a fighter. Rebecki's really good, bro. Very good on the ground as he is good on the hands, but good on the feet, I should say. Excuse me, but Orabai is really, dude, he sets everything up. Incredible wrestling background. Kyrgyzstan, has incredible training partners, bro. This guy has been wrestling since he's there. There we go. We have the mic back. This guy's been wrestling since the age of 4, probably. He's really, really insane. And I think he's just better than Rebecki, man. At 32 years of age, Rebecki looks nothing like Orabai. Orabai looks better than him, and he's younger. He doesn't look 26, to be honest. He has a win over Elves Brenner, Uros Medic. He has a couple wins in LFA. Was he champ? He didn't. Yeah, he didn't get the champ status inside LFA, but he's still good enough that the UFC wanted him. They signed him, and they took him. Rebecki lost to Diego Ferreira via ground and pound a couple months ago. That was really hard to watch, bro, because I don't think Ferreira's that good. He's 39 years of age. He should be getting out of the UFC at this point, and somehow he's still fighting. I think Orabai is going to be able to deal with Rebecki. I think he's going to be able to take him down, hold him on the ground, and if that's not the case, I think the stand-up is just on the side of Orabai. 74 inches of reach, bro. The jab is his friend. The teep is his friend. Rebecki's not going to be able to get in close. He's not going to be able to utilize his grappling. Orabai's very similar, if not better than him. And he's going to have a big problem in his hands. I'm not sure which weapons he's going to be able to use. I'm not sure. I'm interested to see what Rebecki's going to be able to put together for this camp. Interested to see what his corner has for this. But I really think Orabai's a problem, especially at 155. These guys don't have the wrestling capabilities that everyone else does. Justin Gaethje has a high wrestling background. He's a Division I, I believe, wrestling background. He doesn't even use it. Doesn't even touch it. Alexander Volkanovski moved up to 155, tried to challenge Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev has a phenomenal wrestling. That's the only guy in there. Why do you think he's champ? Orabai's going to be the guy to challenge that. I think he's going to be moving up to champ status at some point, being able to or a contender status at some point. Excuse me. He's going to be top 20 after this fight. So look out for Orabai. Next on the prelims, we have top of the prelims. We have Jeff Hands of Steel Neal versus RDA. We're going Jeff Hands of Steel Neal by knockout. He's going to be able to take out RDA, dude. Fiziev was able to take out RDA. RDA is 40 years of age. This dude's old as fuck. He shouldn't be inside the UFC anymore. Jeff Neal was able to hurt Ian Gary. He took him to a split decision. Arguably could have won the fight. He was really, really close. He's still a contender. He's still here to fight. RDA is old and on the way out, bro. Can't beat Vicente Luque, who gave up against Joaquin Buckley because of his brain bleed stuff. He's super tentative. Can't beat Mateus Gamrot, who's just a chain wrestler who RDA used to be similar. And he used to be a similar guy who used to be able to beat those guys. He used to be able to stuff those takedowns and beat the shit out of those guys. He doesn't have it anymore. I don't think RDA will have it anymore. I think Jeff Hands of Steel Neal is going to sit there with his long reach. He's going to jab up RDA, and once RDA starts wilting away, he's going to start using the forward pressure, and he's going to drop RDA and finish him. It's going to be unfortunate. I'm really going to be upset to watch it, but it's definitely going to happen. I'm going through this one quick because there's not much to talk about. RDA is slowing down. You can see it in all of his fights. Beating Brian Barberena, like, congratulations, dude. That's your best win inside the last 3 years. Maybe Hanato Moicano. Moicano's a guy who looks like he has a round or two in him, maybe, and then he would never, like, the Benoit Saint Denis fight, if that went 5 rounds without Benoit having a fucked up eye, we already know how that was going. He got lucky in that fight. Not lucky, he was very skilled in how he did it, but you know what it is. Jeff Neal's number 11 at welterweight, bro. He's coming to fight an RDA who shouldn't even be at welterweight, dude. This guy needs to get the fuck out of the UFC. He needs to just stop taking punishment. He doesn't deserve it. He doesn't need it in his life, and he's one of my favorite fighters, man. He really doesn't need this. We're going to start off the main card. If you guys do enjoy this, make sure to drop a like. We have Shara Magomedov Bullet versus Armen Petrosyan. We're going Shara Magomedov. He just has too many weapons in his arsenal. I was going to pick Armen Petrosyan, man. He's really, really good at mixing it up, taking guys down. I thought he was going to be able to win against Adolfo Vieira, the black belt hunter. That is who he is, right? Let me just... Yeah. But Shara Bullet, man, every time I think he's going to gas, every time I think he doesn't have it, every single time I think he's going to start losing in the striking battle, he proves me wrong. He's very, very powerful. He's a -185, one of the lowest favorites that we've ever seen him at, and I got to take him here, especially on a betting side. He's 30 years of age, man. He's improving. We barely get to see him fight. He only fights in UAE. Because he can't get a visa for the States, he can only fight in Russia and stuff, and anywhere else, like Europe and stuff. Especially because of that eye, that dead eye. Shara, I think, is just going to fuck up Armen Petrosyan. I think he's going to beat him up in the standing. I think he's going to hurt him really bad, and I think he's going to take him to the decision. I don't think he's going to knock him out. I don't think he has the power to knock him out. Kyle Borralho wasn't able to knock him out. He took him to a decision. Kyle Borralho has explosive power. Armen Petrosyan is good. I just don't think he's good enough. I think he'll be able to take a round away from Magomedov, maybe hold him down for a round. But I think the strikes of Magomedov's going to be able to put so much strain on Armen Petrosyan that he's just going to wilt. I don't know, man. The body work of Shara Magomedov is insane. His knees are unreal. His left hook, right hook to the body is impeccable work. He has knees up top to the head from like fucking standing position. He's an incredible Muay Thai fighter, and I'm always excited to watch him fight, man. He's one of my favorite like newcomers, especially the fact that he's 185, man. He whips those kicks. He's a phenomenal kickboxer, bro. I'm excited to watch him fight this weekend, too, especially against Armen Petrosyan. This is probably his hardest test ever, and I think Shara is going to pass it with flying colors. Armen's 8-3, man. I wish he had more, fights under his belt, but it is what it is. The Christian Leroy Duncan win is big. The Gregory Rodriguez win is big, but the Kyle Borralho loss makes me feel like Shara Magomedov is going to be able to take him to a long decision. Next on the main card, we have Magomedov Ankalaev versus Alexander Rakic. I'm going Ankalaev. Fuck, am I? I think I'm going Rakic. Rakic was looking like a world beater against Yuri inside that first round. We all saw it before he got clipped. Ankalaev looked like he was losing against Johnny Walker for a round. Fuck, man, it's close. I'm picking Rakic. Plus 320, are you kidding me? Is this real? Is this real, chat? Is he going to be the guy to get it done? You know what? We're gonna take a Hail Mary. We're going Alexander Rakic. Like I said, Magomedov was losing Johnny Walker inside that first round, and then he clipped him. Is Alexander Rakic very able to get clipped? Yeah, we saw it inside the Yuri fight. Is he gonna do it again? Hopefully not. I'm not sure. He looked really good, man. His boxing looked impeccable. Looked impregnable. Looked ferocious. Mike Tyson? Yes, sir. I think Rakic is going to be able to get through the guard of Ankalaev. He's very slick in that boxing. He was able to move really well against Yuri, who's really unorthodox. He's putting the hands on him. Ankalaev's the #1 light heavyweight inside the world right now. They're really trying to get him not a title fight. They really want him to lose to Rakic here. And I think Rakic has the ability to win, man. The split decision against Jan, I thought Jan won that fight the first 3 rounds. I don't know, man. It's close. Those guys were going shin to shin. It was intense. Yeah, we're definitely taking Rakic here. Longer reach, bigger frame. Ankalaev's going to have to try and get it in close and take him down. Rakic is going to be able to move away. I think he has good takedown defense. I don't think Ankalaev is that good of wrestling. I don't think it's at a spot where Rakic is going to be able to do anything. I think Alexander Rakic is going to be able to have the best odds out of anyone that Uncle Ive's ever fought. His best win being fucking Volkan Ozdemir. Like, yeah. I'm kind of excited for this fight. I think there's a fraud check. I think Magomedov's going to get fraud checked here. I think a lot of people are riding his dick for no reason. I think they're just riding him because he's a Russian wrestler, and they think he's going to be able to do well inside light heavyweight when he gets championship. Mind you, Alex Pereira's not going to let that happen. He's going to knock him out, but keep believing it. Next on the main card, we have Lerone Murphy versus Dan 50K Ige. We're going Lerone Murphy. I have to go Lerone Murphy, man. I got to stop doubting. I love Dan, bro. Dan deals really well with certain types of fighters. Just Lerone Murphy's really slow. He takes his time, bro. He's just... It's like Josh Emmett type of thing. Like, he just takes his time, swings those big power shots, like, takes his time, you know, incorporates everything that he needs to. Like, if he doesn't feel like he has a kill shot on you, he won't go for it. He'll just pitter-patter you. He'll win on points. He'll take you to that long decision. He'll make sure that you regret it in the morning. Minus 200 favorite, man. It's pretty good. I don't think either of these guys are getting knocked out. Over 2.5 rounds, definitely nice. Manchester top team is really good, man, right now. They're having a lot of success right now. Frank Mir is their main guy. It's just, they have a lot of success right now, man. They're riding it. Extreme Couture has a lot of success, but Dan, he just has, I don't think he has a style for Lerone, man. The Gabriel Santos one was crazy, too. It bothers me, though, man, because Lerone Murphy hasn't beaten anyone decent. But I keep saying I gotta stop doubting, but, like, man, I'm really torn on this. I'm really torn on this, because Dan's been looking really good recently. Okay, I'm just gonna stick with my pick, man. I'm second guessing myself, but I'm just gonna stick with Lerone Murphy. I don't want to stick on it too long because I feel like I might switch my pick. Danny, you guys still really good, bro. Really good at mixing it up. He's like, he doesn't just let you take him down. He wants to stick on the feet. He's looking for that knockout punch. He wants that highlight reel. He's looking for that 50K. That's his nickname. He's looking for it. He can find it. Lerone's open to it. He leaves his hand down when he gets tired. He overextends on combinations all the time, especially inside those second rounds when he feels like he's putting on the pressure. He's gotten clipped a couple times. Just not big. Nothing super huge. Dan could fucking slump him, bro. Oh, we're going to move past it. Lerone's capable, man. Just remember that. Lerone's capable of being shut off. He's open to it. Dan loves that right hand, bro. He looks for it all the time. Just... watch out for Lerone stepping in. Dan's going to start noticing that. He might end it early. We're going to move on to our co-main event of the evening. Robert the Reaper Whittaker versus Khamzat Boris Chimaev. We're going Robert the Reaper. Guys, it wouldn't be a normal fight prediction without my mic going out. Again, we're going into the co-main event of the evening. Robert the Reaper Whittaker. That's our pick, okay? I'm not picking Khamzat Chimaev. I hate him every single time he comes in overweight. Every single time he looks like shit. Kamaru Usman, if it was a 5-round fight, he would have won. Inside those last 2 rounds, he's looking a little tired, wasn't he? We haven't seen him fight in a while. Every single time he comes out, I hate him more. I hope Robert stops him. I want Robert to knock him the fuck out. If Gilbert Burns is able to drop this dude and almost knock him out, you bet your fucking sweet-ass Robert can knock him out, okay? Robert just took out Ikram Aliskerov. A big win over Paulo Costa, even though he almost got knocked out. Lost to Dricus du Plessis. Again, Khamzat's able to knock him out. This is going under 2.5. Someone's getting finished. I like Robert as an underdog. I think he's big here. Again, Khamzat's going to look for that pressure wrestling. He's going to look for a single leg right away. Robert's going to have to try and get away from that with his karate stance. Try and jump away, move side to side, get as far away as Khamzat as he can. But we all know Khamzat's going to rush for it. He's going to grab that leg no matter what. He's probably going to get taken down inside that first round. And we're going to see if Robert's going to be able to get back up. If Robert can avoid the takedown, Khamzat's going to have a big fucking problem in his hands. Robert's years above his striking, years above his levels on the feet. Khamzat's only ability is that he explodes and tries to look for that one-shot knockout power, and he only has a round for it. Because usually inside that second and third round, he doesn't have that big power anymore. He usually is hitting you with obviously less powerful shots. Gilbert Burns was just clipped with a really good one that dropped him. And I think Robert the Reaper is going to be able to deal with it. I think he's going to be able to deal with the pressure of Khamzat Chimaev. I don't think it's a Dricus Duplessis. I don't think it's a Paulo Costa. I don't think it's a Israel Adesanya. I think it's a different level of fighter. He needs to deal with Yoel Romero's explosive fighting. Yoel Romero's explosive wrestling. Arguably, Yoel Romero won that fight. Hurt Robert Whittaker many times inside that fight. Khamzat Chimaev, I think, has a big problem on his hands. I think Robert Whittaker, again, better on the feet, worse on the ground. But if he can avoid the ground, obviously, he's going to win. Smaller frame, Khamzat Chimaev comes in overweight all the time. Comes in as a big boy. I'm hoping that Robert's going to be able to stay away, can utilize his jiu-jitsu and get back up. Use a sweep or two, but I think he's gonna be able to take out Khamzat Chimaev and end this stupid fucking hype train that doesn't need to be here inside the UFC in the first place. Excuse me. We're gonna move on to the main event of the evening. Hopefully, if you guys enjoy, you'll drop a like. If you guys haven't already, subscribe. We have Ilia Topuria, El Matador versus Max Blessed Holloway. We're going Max Holloway. Now, people are like, "You're fucking stupid." Ilia Topuria is gonna knock him out. Max doesn't have a golden chin. He got knocked down by Gaethje. Hey, it's not official. He got back up. They don't call that a knockdown. So shush. Shh. All right? Blessed is still blessed, okay? He has that chin for a reason. Blessed. Very blessed. Ilia Topuria is going to lose a decision. Max Holloway, better striker. Ilia Topuria, just a very, very big, powerful guy. He looks for the big knockout punch. I think we all knew if Volk could get out of those first 2 rounds, Topuria was going to have a big problem with his gas tank inside the last 3. 5-round fights is not Tupuria's style. Tries to finish it early, tries to get out of there. He doesn't want to be there too long. Hasn't had a 5-round fight, I don't think, since Emmett. And Emmett was a shit fight anyway. No one wanted to actually watch that fight. That was just like a bullyment. Josh Emmett shouldn't even, like, doesn't need to be fighting top 15 guys. Like, he obviously doesn't. He needs to be a gatekeeper and not a guy that is fighting guys like Ilia Topuria, Max Holloway, you know, Volk, Ortega, like all these guys, Bryce Mitchell, like, or I guess Bryce Mitchell, he slumped. I guess I should shut the fuck up because Bryce Mitchell is way worse than Josh Emmett, but Ilia Topuria, man, like he's gonna look to cut Max off. He's gonna look to cut the cage off. I think if Max utilizes those spinning back kicks he's been using, he's gonna have a new arsenal, man. He obviously is still improving. People forget he's 32 years of age. He's coming into his prime. He's coming into his prime. This motherfucker is one of the best featherweights of all time. Arguably the best featherweight of all time. Took out Jose Aldo. Took out everyone. Okay, look who he took out. Ortega, Jose Aldo twice, Anthony Pettis, Frankie Edgar, Calvin Kattar, Yair Rodriguez, Korean Zombie, Justin Gaethje at lightweight, Arnold Allen, only losing to Alexander Volkanovski and Dustin Poirier when he was on short notice for a lightweight bout and wasn't able to bulk up properly. He's coming into his best part of his fighting career. And people think he's going to lose to Ilia Topuria? Fuck off. He's plus 200. Keep betting on Ilia Topuria. Put more money on it. I'm going to put a lot of money on Max Holloway, and I don't give a shit. If he loses this weekend, I'll go sad. It doesn't matter. I'm still betting him. It doesn't matter. I think he's going to outpoint Ilia Topuria. I don't see how Ilia Topuria is going to take this to the ground because he's not. This is going to be a full stand-up fight. Max Holloway is one of the best boxers we've ever seen inside the entire UFC. Has one of the least strike absorption rates inside the entire UFC. Takes almost no fucking hits, similar to Sean Strickland, but better. Like, I don't understand how everyone's picking Ilia Topuria here. This is absolutely blasphemy. This is fucking blasphemy. Max Holloway's a bigger fighter too. He's almost 6 foot at featherweight. He's huge. I don't know how you don't pick Max Holloway here. Absolutely unreal to me. That's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry about the mic issues. Sorry it's a little bit late. It's 30 minutes late. We're good. Okay. Hope you guys all have a good night. I will see you all later. I will see you on Thursday for the best bets, and I will see you on Saturday for the live stream of UFC 308. I'll see you guys all later. Peace.